First contact, the cosmic tango. The vast emptiness of space stretched out before the HSS Curiosity, humanity's first true interstellar vessel. Its sleek, elongated form glided silently through the star-speckled void, a testament to human ingenuity and perseverance. Captain Elena Reyes stood on the bridge, her dark eyes fixed on the swirling, ethereal nebula that dominated the main view screen. "Status report," she commanded, her voice steady despite the weight of responsibility that pressed down on her shoulders. Lieutenant Commander Akio Tanaka, the ship's science officer, looked up from his console. "All systems nominal, Captain. We're approaching the outer edges of the Cygnus Nebula. Sensors are picking up some unusual energy signatures, but nothing definitive yet." Elena nodded, a small smile playing at the corners of her mouth. "Keep scanning, Akio. We didn't come all this way to miss the party." The bridge crew chuckled softly at her quip, the tension easing slightly. They were explorers, scientists, and dreamers, venturing further into the unknown than any humans before them. The weight of their mission, to seek out new life and establish humanity's place among the stars, was never far from their minds. Suddenly, alarms blared across the bridge. Red warning lights bathed the crew in an ominous glow as they scrambled to their stations. "Report." Elena barked, her posture tense as she gripped the arms of her command chair. "Massive energy spike, Captain," Okio shouted over the din. "Something's emerging from the nebula." The view screen flickered and shifted, revealing a sight that left the entire bridge crew speechless. A colossal vessel, easily 10 times the size of the Curiosity, materialized before them. Its surface shimmered with an iridescent, almost organic quality, defying human understanding of spacecraft design. "My God," Elena whispered, her eyes wide with a mixture of awe and trepidation. As they watched, the alien ship seemed to unfurl like a blooming flower, revealing intricate patterns and structures that pulsed with otherworldly energy. It was beautiful, terrifying, and utterly alien. "Captain," Communications Officer Zara Patel's voice cut through the stunned silence. "We're receiving a transmission, I think." Elena took a deep breath, steeling herself for what could be humanity's first interaction with an alien intelligence. "On screen, Zara. Let's say hello to our new neighbors." The main view screen shifted again, this time revealing a sight that defied easy description. The alien beings before them were vaguely humanoid, but that's where the similarities ended. Their bodies seemed to be composed of swirling, luminescent gases contained within a transparent, gelatinous membrane. Multiple tendrils writhed where a human would have arms, and their faces were a constantly shifting array of bioluminescent patterns. For a moment, neither side spoke. The weight of history pressed down on the bridge of the Curiosity as two intelligent species gazed upon each other for the first time. Elena cleared her throat, fighting back the urge to pinch herself. This was real, and she had a job to do. "I am Captain Elena Reyes of the human starship Curiosity. We come in peace, seeking knowledge and friendship among the stars." The alien being's luminescent patterns pulsed rapidly, and a strange, melodic series of tones filled the bridge. Zora's fingers flew across her console as she worked to decipher the alien language. "Captain," she said, her voice tinged with excitement. I think they're saying hello." As the initial shock wore off, both sides began the delicate dance of first contact. The aliens, who called themselves the Luminari, proved to be as curious about humans as the Curiosity's crew was about them. Through a combination of advanced translation algorithms and the Luminari's natural aptitude for communication, a dialogue was established. The Luminari explained that they were a peaceful, exploratory race, much like humanity. They had detected the Curiosity's approach and decided to reveal themselves, seeing an opportunity for mutual exchange and understanding. As the hours passed, the initial trepidation gave way to a growing sense of wonder and excitement. The Curiosity's crew marveled at the Luminari's advanced technology, while the aliens were fascinated by humanity's resilience and adaptability. However, Just as it seemed that a beautiful friendship was blossoming between the two species, alarms once again shattered the peace of the Curiosity's bridge. "Captain," Aikio's voice was urgent. "Multiple unknown vessels approaching at high speed. They're not luminary, and they're armed." The main view screen shifted to show a swarm of sleek, predatory-looking ships emerging from the depths of the nebula. Their designs were angular and aggressive, a stark contrast to the organic beauty of the luminary vessel. "The Voidborn," the luminary representative's translated voice was filled with dread. "Ancient enemies of all life in this sector. We had thought them long defeated, but it seems they have returned." Elena's mind raced as she assessed the situation. They were outnumbered, outgunned, and facing an unknown threat alongside an alien race they had just met. Yet, as she looked around at her crew and then back at the luminary, she felt a surge of determination. "Well," she said, a fierce grin spreading across her face, "it looks like humanity's first foray into galactic politics is going to be a baptism by fire. Shields up, weapons online. Let's show these Voidborn what happens when they pick a fight with the new kids on the block." As the Curiosity's systems hummed to life and the luminary vessel began to pulse with energy, Elena couldn't help but feel a sense of exhilaration. This was why they had come to the stars, to face the unknown, to test themselves against the cosmos, and perhaps to make a difference in the grand tapestry of the universe. The battle that was about to unfold would not only determine the fate of the Curiosity and its crew, but could very well shape the future of humanity's place among the stars. As the first shots were fired, illuminating the nebula with flashes of destructive energy, one thing became clear: the universe would never be the same again. Cosmic chess, the Voidborn gambit. As the chaotic battle unfolded in the swirling mists of the Cygnus Nebula, Captain Elena Reyes quickly realized that conventional tactics wouldn't cut it against the Voidborn threat. The enemy ships moved with an eerie synchronicity, their black holes seeming to absorb both light and hope. "Akio," Elena shouted over the din of klaxons and weapons fire, "I need options." The science officer's fingers danced across his console, his brow furrowed in concentration. "Captain, I'm detecting unusual quantum fluctuations in the Voidborn ships. It's as if they're out of phase with our reality." A light bulb went off in Elena's mind. "Out of phase, Zara, open a channel to the luminary." The alien's shimmering form appeared on screen, its bioluminescent patterns pulsing rapidly with what Elena now recognized as anxiety. "Honored luminary," Elena began, her voice steady despite the chaos around her. "Your ship, it manipulates space-time, doesn't it? That's how you appeared so suddenly." The alien's translated voice came through, tinged with surprise. "Yes, but how did you—" "No time," Elena interrupted. "We need to combine our technologies, your space-time manipulation and our quantum entanglement drive. Together, we might be able to create a phase shift that could neutralize the Voidborn advantage." For a moment, there was silence on the bridge, broken only by the sounds of battle raging outside. Then, the luminary spoke, their voice filled with newfound respect. "You are more perceptive than we anticipated, Captain Reyes. We will attempt this fusion." What followed was a frenetic dance of scientific collaboration that would have made Einstein's head spin. Human ingenuity and determination meshed with luminary wisdom and advanced technology in a way never before seen in the galaxy. As Akio and his luminary counterpart worked to align their systems, Elena turned to her tactical officer, Lieutenant Jaimin Okoro. "Jaimin, I need you to do the impossible. When I give the word, I want you to fly us directly into the heart of the Voidborn fleet." Jimin's eyes widened, but he nodded firmly. "Aye, Captain, it'll be one hell of a ride." Minutes felt like hours as the crew of the Curiosity held their breath, watching the Voidborn ships pick off their defensive positions one by one. Just when it seemed all hope was lost, Akio's triumphant shout cut through the tension. "It's ready, Captain." Elena's eyes gleamed with fierce determination. "Jaimin, take us in. All hands, brace for impact. The Curiosity surged forward, its hull groaning under the strain. As they plunged into the midst of the enemy fleet, Elena felt a moment of doubt. Had she just doomed her crew and their new alien allies? But then something extraordinary happened. As the experimental phase shift activated, reality itself seemed to warp around them. The void-born ships, once so terrifying and invulnerable, began to flicker and distort. "It's working," Ukio shouted, his voice filled with disbelief and joy. Their phase shift advantage is neutralized. Elena allowed herself a brief smile before barking out orders. "All weapons, fire at will. Show these Voidborn what happens when humanity and the Luminary stand together." The battle that followed would be remembered for centuries to come. Human determination and adaptability combined with Luminary wisdom and technology to turn the tide against a foe that had terrorized the galaxy for eons. As the last Voidborn ship exploded in a spectacular flash of light and dark energy, a cheer went up on the bridge of the Curiosity. They had done it. Against all odds, humanity's first interstellar expedition had not only made first contact, but had also played a pivotal role in defending the galaxy. In the aftermath of the battle, as repair crews worked to patch up both ships, Elena found herself in a quiet moment with the Luminary leader. The alien's luminescent patterns swirled in what she now recognized as a gesture of deep respect. "Captain Reyes," the translated voice began, "in all our centuries of exploration, we have never encountered a species quite like yours. Your ability to innovate, to find solutions where none seemed possible, it is truly remarkable." Elena smiled, feeling the weight of the compliment. "Thank you. But we couldn't have done it without your trust and cooperation. I think we've proven that we're stronger together than apart." The Luminary's form pulsed in agreement. "Indeed, and that is why we would like to extend an invitation to you and your people. The galaxy is vast and full of wonders and dangers. We believe that a partnership between our civilizations could usher in a new era of peace and discovery." As Elena considered the magnitude of this offer, she couldn't help but feel a sense of pride and excitement. Humanity had taken its first steps into a larger universe, and they had done so not with conquest or fear, but with courage, ingenuity, and a willingness to reach out in friendship. "We would be honored," Elena replied, her voice filled with emotion. "Together, there's no telling what we might achieve." As the Curiosity and the Luminary vessel set a course for Earth, ready to begin a new chapter in galactic history, Elena looked out at the star-filled expanse before them. The universe, once so vast and intimidating, now felt full of possibility. Humanity had faced its first cosmic trial and emerged victorious, but this was just the beginning. With new allies at their side and the spirit of exploration burning brighter than ever, the future stretched out before them like an infinite canvas, ready to be painted with the colors of discovery, friendship, and adventure. The cosmic chess game had only just begun, and humanity was ready to play. Quantum Leap, the Nexus Protocol, the HSS Curiosity and the Luminary vessel, now christened the Starweaver, glided through the cosmos in perfect harmony. Their journey back to Earth was anything but uneventful, as the newfound alliance between humans and Luminary opened up realms of possibility neither species had dared dream of before. Captain Elena Reyes stood on the bridge, her eyes fixed on a holographic display that seemed to defy the laws of physics. "Punkio, are you seeing this?" Lieutenant Commander Akio Tanaka nodded, his expression a mixture of awe and confusion. "It's incredible, Captain. The Luminary's quantum mapping technology is light years beyond anything we've ever conceived." The display showed a network of shimmering threads connecting distant stars and galaxies, a cosmic web that pulsed with energy and possibility. The Nexus came the melodious voice of Zix, the Luminary liaison. Its form rippled with excitement as it gestured towards the display. "A network of quantum-entangled pathways that connects the entire universe. We've only begun to scratch the surface of its potential." Elena's mind raced with the implications. Are you saying we could use its nexus to travel instantaneously across the galaxy? Zix's bioluminescent patterns flashed in what Elena had come to recognize as their equivalent of a smile. Not just the galaxy, Captain. The entire universe is within reach. The bridge fell silent as the crew grappled with the magnitude of this revelation. Humanity had barely taken its first steps into interstellar space, and now the entirety of creation lay before them. There's just one problem, Zix continued, its tone growing somber. The Voidborn we encountered, they're not gone. They're guardians of the Nexus, corrupted by eons of exposure to its raw power. And they're not going to give up control without a fight. Elena's jaw set with determination. Then we'll just have to show them that humanity and the Luminari are a force to be reckoned with. Aikio, assemble a team. We're going to crack this Nexus protocol wide open. What followed was a montage of intense research, daring experiments, and mind-bending discoveries. Human intuition and out-of-the-box thinking meshed perfectly with Luminari wisdom and advanced technology. Deep in the bowels of the Curiosity, a makeshift lab hummed with energy. Aikio and a team of human and Luminari scientists worked tirelessly, pushing the boundaries of known physics. "We're close," Aikio muttered, his eyes bloodshot from lack of sleep. The quantum resonance is almost in sync with the Nexus frequencies. Zara Patel, the communications officer turned xenolinguist, pored over ancient Luminari texts. These symbols, they're not just a language. They're a code, a key to unlocking the Nexus itself. As the days turned into weeks, tensions rose. Reports came in of Voidborn attacks on distant outposts, growing bolder and more frequent. The race against time added a palpable urgency to their work. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of trials and failures, a breakthrough came from an unexpected source. "Captain," Lieutenant Jarman Okoro's excited voice cut through the ship's intercom. "You need to see this." Elena rushed to the hangar bay, where she found Jarman standing next to a modified shuttle. Its hull shimmered with an otherworldly energy, Luminari tech seamlessly integrated with human engineering. "I call it the Quantum Skipper," Jarman said, his face beaming with pride. "It's not pretty, but I think it might just be our ticket to riding the Nexus." Elena's eyes widened as she took in the implications. "Jarman, you brilliant madman. You've done it." The next few hours were a flurry of activity as the crew prepared for the first test run. Elena insisted on piloting the Quantum Skipper herself, with Zix as her co-pilot. As they strapped themselves in, Elena couldn't help but feel a mix of excitement and trepidation. "You ready for this, Zix?" The Luminari's form pulsed with what could only be described as nervous energy. "As ready as one can be to defy the laws of physics, Captain." With a deep breath, Elena engaged the Quantum Skipper's engines. The hangar bay fell away, replaced by the star-studded expanse of space. And then, with a flash of blinding light and a sensation that defied description, they were elsewhere. A massive gas giant loomed before them, its swirling storms a canvas of alien beauty. But it wasn't the planet that drew their attention. It was the massive structure floating in orbit, a construct of impossible geometry that seemed to bend reality around it. "The Nexus Hub," Zix whispered in awe. "We found it." But their moment of triumph was short-lived. Alarms blared as multiple Voidborn ships materialized around them, their weapons charged and ready. Elena's hands tightened on the controls, a fierce grin spreading across her face. "Well, Zix, looks like we've kicked the Cosmic Hornet's nest. You've up for a little improvisation." The Luminari's form rippled with what Elena now recognized as excitement. "Lead the way, Captain. The universe awaits." As the Quantum Skipper danced through a hail of enemy fire, weaving impossible patterns through space-time itself, Elena realized that this was just the beginning. They had unlocked the key to the universe, but the real challenge lay ahead. The battle for the Nexus had begun, and with it, a new chapter in the story of humanity's cosmic adventure. The stars themselves seemed to hold their breath, waiting to see what this unlikely alliance of humans and luminary would do next. In that moment, as reality itself bent to their will, Elena knew that they were making history. This wasn't just a fight for survival anymore. It was a quantum leap for all of creation, and humanity was leading the charge. The universe would never be the same again, and Elena couldn't wait to see what wonders and challenges awaited them beyond the next quantum jump. Cosmic synergy. The Nexus awakens. The quantum skipper materialized in the heart of the Nexus hub, a kaleidoscope of energies swirling around its hull. Captain Elena Reyes and Zix, her luminary co-pilot, gazed in awe at the impossible structure before them, a massive crystalline lattice that seemed to exist in multiple dimensions simultaneously. By all the stars, Elena breathed, her voice barely above a whisper. "It's beautiful." Zix's form pulsed with agreement, its bioluminescent patterns forming intricate fractals. The Nexus hub, the centerpiece of universal connectivity. "But look, Captain." Elena's eyes widened as she saw what had caught Zix's attention. Surrounding the hub were hundreds of void-born ships, their dark hulls absorbing the radiant energies of the Nexus. They're feeding on it. Elena realized, horror creeping into her voice. They're corrupting the very fabric of reality. Suddenly, the comm system crackled to life. "Captain," it was Akio's voice, tinged with urgency. "We've deciphered more of the luminary texts. The Nexus isn't just a transportation network, it's alive." Elena and Zix exchanged shocked glances. "Alive," Elena repeated, struggling to comprehend. "Yes," Akio continued. "It's a vast cosmic consciousness that connects all of space and time. And the Voidborn, they're like a virus, trying to rewrite its core programming." As if in response to Akio's words, the Nexus hub pulsed, sending out a shockwave of energy that rocked the quantum skipper. In that instant, both Elena and Zix felt a presence, ancient, vast, and undeniably aware. "It's calling to us," Zix said, its voice filled with wonder. "The Nexus, it's asking for our help." Elena's mind raced, piecing together everything they had learned. The fusion of our technologies, the combination of human intuition and luminary wisdom. What if that's exactly what the Nexus needs to fight off the Voidborn infection? As if in confirmation, the control panel of the quantum skipper lit up with new, impossible configurations. Streams of data flowed across the screens, a perfect blend of human and luminary code. "It's giving us the tools," Elena realized, her hands moving instinctively over the controls. "Zix, are you thinking what I'm thinking?" The luminary's form rippled with excitement, a cosmic immune response channeled through our combined technologies. "It's brilliant, Captain." Elena grinned, the thrill of discovery coursing through her veins. "Let's show these Voidborn what happens when you mess with the natural order of the universe. Curiosity, do you copy?" Loud and clear, Captain, came Jimin's steady voice. "Prepare for the wildest ride of your lives," Elena commanded. "We're about to reboot the cosmos." What followed was a battle unlike any the universe had ever seen. The quantum skipper, guided by Elena and Zix's combined intuition and empowered by the Nexus itself, danced through the Voidborn fleet. With each maneuver, they left trails of purifying energy, cleansing the corruption from the cosmic web. The Curiosity and the Starweaver joined the fray, their weapons reconfigured to channel the Nexus energy. Human determination and luminary wisdom flowed through every circuit and crystal, creating a symphony of creation that pushed back the tide of entropy. As the battle raged, strange and wondrous things began to happen. Stars long thought dead flared back to life. Planets trapped in time loops broke free, civilizations lost to history suddenly reappearing. The universe itself seemed to be healing, one quantum thread at a time. In the midst of the chaos, Elena felt a presence in her mind, vast, ancient, and filled with gratitude. The Nexus consciousness, awakening from its long slumber, reached out to her. Images flashed through her mind: the birth of stars, the dance of galaxies, the intricate web of life spreading across countless worlds. She saw the Voidborn for what they truly were, not conquerors, but lost children of the cosmos, twisted by isolation and fear. With a clarity that transcended normal human understanding, Elena knew what had to be done. "Zix," she said, her voice steady despite the overwhelming sensations coursing through her. "We need to send out a call. To everyone. Everywhere." The Luminari understood immediately. Together, they reached out through the Nexus, their minds amplified by the cosmic consciousness. Their message rippled across space and time. To all sentient beings, in every corner of creation, the heart of the universe calls out to you. Join us, heal with us, become part of something greater than yourself. The response was beyond anything they could have imagined. Across the galaxy, across countless galaxies, beings of every shape and form answered the call. Ships of impossible designs appeared around the Nexus hub, adding their energies to the cosmic symphony. The Voidborn, faced with this united front of life and creation, began to falter. Their ships, once so terrifying, now seemed small and insignificant in the face of universal harmony. As the tide of the battle turned, Elena made a decision that would reshape the course of cosmic history. Instead of destroying the Voidborn, she reached out to them, offering understanding and redemption. "You don't have to be alone anymore," she broadcast, her words carried on waves of Nexus energy. "Join us. Remember what you once were, children of the stars, just like us." For a moment that seemed to stretch into eternity, the universe held its breath. Then, slowly at first, but with growing momentum, the Voidborn began to change. Their dark holes cracked, revealing the light within. Ships that were once weapons of destruction transformed into soaring works of art, joining the dance of creation. As the last vestiges of corruption faded from the Nexus, a cheer went up that echoed across the cosmos. Beings of every description celebrated together, united in a moment of universal joy. Elena leaned back in her seat, exhausted but exhilarated. She looked at Zix, seeing her own wonder reflected in the Luminari's shimmering form. "Well," she said with a grin, "I'd say that's one hell of a first contact story." Zix's bioluminescent patterns formed what Elena now recognized as laughter. "Indeed, Captain, but something tells me our journey is far from over." As if in response, the Nexus hub pulsed with new energy, doorways to uncharted realms of existence opening before them. The universe, it seemed, was inviting them to explore. Elena's eyes sparkled with the promise of new adventures. "Well then, partner," she said to Zix, her hands already moving to the controls. "What do you say we see what's on the other side?" As the quantum skipper prepared to make another impossible leap, Elena couldn't help but feel a sense of profound gratitude. Humanity had not only found its place among the stars, it had helped reshape the very fabric of the cosmos. The adventure, it seemed, was just beginning. And with the combined strength of humanity, the Luminari, and countless other races united through the Nexus, there was no telling what wonders awaited them in the vast, beautiful tapestry of existence. Quantum harmony, the multiverse symphony. As the quantum skipper emerged from its latest jump, Captain Elena Reyes and her Luminari co-pilot Zix found themselves in a realm that defied description. Swirling vortexes of possibilities surrounded them, each one a window into a different reality. "Welcome," boomed a voice that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once, to the multiversal Nexus. Before them materialized a being of pure energy, its form constantly shifting between different states of matter and dimensions. "I am the architect," it continued, "guardian of the multiverse and keeper of cosmic balance." Elena and Zix exchanged glances, their minds reeling from the implications. "Multiverse?" Elena whispered, her voice filled with awe and a hint of trepidation. The architect's form rippled with what might have been amusement. "Indeed, Captain Reyes. Your actions in healing the Nexus have rippled across not just your universe, but all universes. You've unlocked the next level of cosmic evolution." Suddenly, alarms blared throughout the quantum skipper. "Multiple anomalies detected," Zix exclaimed, their bioluminescent patterns flashing urgently. It appears that realities are colliding. The view screen came alive with impossible images, planets where the laws of physics seem to be breaking down, galaxies merging in ways that shouldn't be possible, and tears in the very fabric of space-time. The multiverse is out of balance, the architect explained, its voice tinged with concern. Your healing of the Nexus was just the first step. Now, you must help restore harmony across all realities. Elena's mind raced with the enormity of the task before them. But how? With just one ship, one crew. The architect's form shimmered with what could only be described as a cosmic smile. You underestimate yourselves. Your unique blend of human intuition, luminary wisdom, and the power of the Nexus has made you the perfect conductors for the multiverse symphony. As if on cue, the control panel of the quantum skipper transformed, holographic interfaces springing to life around Elena and Zix. Each control seemed to represent a different aspect of reality: gravity, time, probability, and concepts that defied human understanding. You must compose a new cosmic order, the architect instructed. Use your experiences, your understanding of balance and harmony, to weave a new tapestry of existence. Elena took a deep breath, her hands hovering over the controls. She glanced at Zix, seeing her own mix of excitement and nervousness reflected in the luminary's shimmering form. Ready to make some music, partner? Zix's bioluminescent patterns formed a complex melody. Let's orchestrate a masterpiece, Captain. What followed was a symphony of creation unlike anything the multiverse had ever experienced. Elena's human creativity and adaptability merged with Zix's luminary understanding of cosmic forces. Together, they began to play the universe like an instrument of infinite complexity. Realities that were colliding were gently eased apart, their unique melodies allowed to play out without interference. Dying universes were reinvigorated with bursts of creative energy. Parallel timelines were woven together in harmonious counterpoint, creating new possibilities and averting cosmic catastrophes. As they worked, Elena felt her consciousness expanding, touching minds across countless realities. She saw versions of herself, of Earth, of humanity that boggled the mind. In one reality, humans had evolved into beings of pure thought. In another, Earth was a utopian paradise of biomechanical harmony. But it wasn't just human realities they encountered. Alien civilizations beyond imagination came into focus. Beings of pure mathematics, living clouds of quantum probability, and entities that existed simultaneously in past, present, and future all became part of the grand symphony. Through it all, Elena and Zix worked in perfect harmony, their actions guided by an intuitive understanding of cosmic balance. The quantum skipper danced through the multiversal tides, leaving trails of harmonious energy in its wake. As the final chords of their cosmic composition began to settle into place, a new awareness bloomed in Elena's mind. She saw the multiverse not as separate realities, but as a grand, interconnected whole. Every decision, every possibility, every dream and nightmare, all were threads in an infinite tapestry of existence. We did it, Elena breathed, her voice filled with wonder and exhaustion. We actually did it. Zix's form pulsed with joy and accomplishment. Not just us, Captain. Every being in every reality played a part in this symphony. We merely helped them find their harmony. The architect reappeared, its energy form now stable and radiant. You have done more than restore balance, it said, its voice resonating with approval. You have elevated the entire multiverse to a new level of consciousness. The age of isolation is over. The era of quantum harmony has begun. As if to punctuate the architect's words, the view screen exploded with light. Billions upon billions of realities, once separate and often in conflict, now existed in a state of beautiful, dynamic equilibrium. Energy flowed freely between dimensions, ideas, and innovations, spreading across the cosmic network like wildfire. Elena leaned back in her chair, a mix of exhaustion and exhilaration washing over her. "So what now?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "Where do we go from here?" The architect's form shimmered with what could only be described as cosmic excitement. "Now, Captain Reyes, you and all sentient beings face the greatest adventure of all, exploring and shaping a harmonious multiverse. The boundaries between realities have become permeable. Knowledge, culture, and understanding can flow freely. You stand at the dawn of a new age of cosmic cooperation and discovery." As the implications of this new reality sank in, Elena felt a surge of excitement and purpose. Humanity had taken its first steps into the stars, and now they were poised to explore not just their own universe, but all possible universes. "Well, Zix," Elena said, a grin spreading across her face as she laid in a new set of coordinates, ready to see what's out there in the multiverse. The luminary's form rippled with enthusiasm. "Always, Captain. The symphony of existence awaits, and we have front-row seats." As the quantum skipper prepared to make another impossible leap, Elena couldn't help but feel a sense of infinite possibility. They had not only found humanity's place among the stars, they had helped reshape the very nature of reality itself. The adventure, it seemed, was truly just beginning. And with a combined wisdom, creativity, and harmony of countless realities now working together, there was no telling what wonders awaited them in the vast, beautiful, ever-expanding tapestry of the multiverse. The cosmic chess game had evolved into a grand symphony, and every being in existence was invited to play their part. As the quantum skipper vanished in a flash of multidimensional energy, one thing was certain: the universe would never be the same again, and that was the most exciting prospect of all.